Speaking of crazy, I understand you took up selling options, stock options.
Yeah, yeah.
How's that going?
Thanks to your podcast, yes, it's going really well. I love it. Actually, it's so much fun. It can be stressful. I think it's more stressful than real estate investing in some ways,
Mhm.
but it's a lot more emotional. But I don't know. Again, I have the same perspective or same outlook with the stock options as I do with real estate. Is it's a long term perspective. So the day to day fluctuations they can really get to you. But again, whatever. I don't care if something goes down a lot today. To me, I just think it's a good buying opportunity. In 10 years, it's not going to matter that it's down a little bit today. Um,
I think one of the problems
so
with
still
following
kind
the
of the same
markets,
approach.
I think part of the problem with like following stocks and stock markets. Well, I think first of all we shouldn't look at it as often as we do, because
Oh yeah, it's especially now with like being stuck at home all the time. It's too much. I'm on there too much.
because just imagine if like you're looking at your real estate, like the price of your houses each day.
Yeah,
I think you probably do something rash, like, oh, that's a good price, I should sell it, right? And then yeah,
yeah, yeah,
like I don't think it's healthy to see it every day,
yeah.
right?
In the real estate portfolio, I almost never look at that because like I have no intentions of selling. So it's once in a while I'll check and say, holy smokes, things have gone up quite a bit again. But yeah, with the stock options, like trading or selling options is a kind of a short term thing. It's typically 1 or 2 months out that you're
Mhm.
selling, or at least that's how I do it, anyways. 1 or 2 months out. So that I guess that's short term, really.
Right.
But
Oh, but I think of it that I know I'm going to lose some, but I just know I'm going to win the majority of them, right?
right,
So
yeah.
and over the long term, right?
Mhm. And that's something I learned is over the last 2 or 3 months in that is the losing part is to be okay with it because I made a mistake of holding on to a loser for so long that it was just I was it's going to bounce back, it's going to bounce back, and just kept going lower and lower and lower. And yeah, and like I said, it's been great. I've learned a lot over the last 5 months. I've done pretty well, I would say. Like in terms of return on your money, like 5 months in, I'm up about 21%,
That's
which
fantastic.
is crazy to me. Yeah, that's just crazy to me. Like I came out of the gates doing really well. I was in the first 2 months, I was up 18%. But I quickly went from doing like some safe stuff and doing well to getting riskier and riskier and getting into riskier stocks. And I was making good premiums. And then everything kind of crashed a bit with those growth stocks. And I was heavy into them at that point. So, yeah, I learned a lot there about the diversifying your trades, not just being all in one sector or one type of stock. Um, and Yeah,
What
I
goes
took
up
those
will come
lessons.
down.
Yeah, I took those lessons, adjusted my strategy. I'm doing well again. And even those growth stocks, like I have some paper losses that I'm holding right now, but those are coming back now. And I'm able to sell covered calls against those positions and make even more premium. So it's a great little side hustle and way to make an extra income for sure. It's the one thing that attracted to me to it was even though our real estate portfolio it does really well, it's built a ton of equity and it does cash flow, but we typically leave that cash flow there for renovations or vacancies. Like I don't touch that. It's just sits there for when it's needed because you always need to reinvest into these places or have unexpected tenant vacancies. So, but with the stock options, it's great cash flow. And once you close out that position, that cash is yours. You can do whatever you want with it, reinvest it, take it out, spend it, whatever. There's more, I guess, flexibility with the cash flow to do what you want with it.
Yeah, a couple of my friends, we like sushi, so we always joke around saying, like when we do a trade and it's a profitable trade, like, oh, that's a sushi boat.
Yeah.
Oh,
Uh,
that's two sushi boats. So if I make like 300 bucks, and I was like, oh, that's two sushi boats.
yeah.
Yeah, it's funny. Yeah, it was a complete surprise when we discovered it. And what do you tell your friends and your dad what this is? What this crazy crazy thing is?
Mhm.
They tell you you're
Yeah,
crazy again?
I've talked to my dad about it. No, no. I think they're a little more, so my friends, a couple of them are interested in it because, they've seen what I did with the real estate and now I've gotten into this. They think maybe it might be, maybe I guess I might be someone worth listening to possibly. I don't know. But my dad, he's at a different part in his investing journey. He does not want to get involved whatsoever. He's pretty much retired, and he lends out. He does like private lending and stuff, but he doesn't want to be involved in making trades and watching markets and things like that. So I can't get him interested in it. Hmm.
I find lots of people like real estate's it's quite a bit of capital to get in these days, right? So yeah, that's why I
Yeah.
find stock options are highly favorable. It's
Mhm.
complements real estate investing well, I think, because again, we can be defensive and still make money, right? And
Yeah.
it's for a lot of people they can cash flow a lot more doing stock options than they can with their real estate. Because your situation's not dissimilar where
Mhm.
there's not much cash flow at the end of the day. Like we're the same.
Mhm.
We leave our cash flow with our
Mhm.
properties because we know something's going to come up. The end of this global
Exactly.
warming.
Yeah.
Like again, I had a flood last summer, right? Now we're now at that build retaining walls around on that property, so that there's always money coming out, so that's why we can't take cash
Yeah.
flow. There's that whole pandemic
Right.
thing that
Yeah.
that really hurt my
Yeah.
student rentals, right? Yeah. So yeah. So then I need alternative sources of cash flow, and yeah, this has been a bit of a gift.
Yeah. It's an awesome strategy. I'd recommend it to anyone, really. I mean, you don't need a large bankroll, like you said, to get started in it,
Oh,
and it's fun.
yeah, I find it fun too. Like I used to love. I don't know. I still love video games, but I don't have time for it. So this is my replacement.
Right.
That's something that actually
Yeah.
pays.
Same with me. I mean, I've never really been into video games or anything, but mainly because I just never wanted to go down that rabbit hole and
Same. I'm stuck.
get sucked in.
Yeah,
So I kind of just stayed away from it. And but this is almost, I guess, yeah, the same. It's kind of not a game, but it feels like it almost.
it feels weird. Like we're talking about making money defensively, and like, it just shows up on your
Yeah,
phone.
exactly. It is strange. It's like you hit this button on your phone and then money just pops into your bank account. I can
Sorry.
see how people could get in trouble though with
Oh yeah,
this if you're
totally.
not disciplined, and because it is so easy to just hit that button and just keep collecting premiums, and next thing you know, it's like you're in way over your head, and it can get ugly if you don't manage your your account and your portfolio properly. So
Yeah, because they're no different than real estate. Each decision that you made to enter a property was quite calculated. So I think
mhm.
people kind of lose the diligence of when to enter positions, right? Because each time you bought a
Mhm.
property, there's a lot of things that were aligned before you entered that property. The same, it's no different should be when you're entering a trade,
Right.
right?
Mhm.
Like I'm sure one reason why you don't buy in Milton anymore is because hey, it's kind of a
Yeah.
little bit up there in price. That
Yeah.
house I bought for 400 is now 900. Maybe we should consider another
Yeah.
market, right? Right?
Right.
Or we should wait for the market that price to come down. Like that's not a good analogy because I don't think real estate prices are coming down. But
No.
stocks they fall in and out of
Yeah.
flavor, right?
Yeah.
So, like Tesla at 900 or 800 is not a good deal, in my opinion, right?
Mhm.
Tesla at 550 is probably a good deal. At least it's a better deal than
Yeah,
800.
sure.
So
Yeah,
maybe I should wait for 550.
right.
Right. So you can actually wait
Yeah, and
versus waiting in real estate didn't work out well for anyone.
exactly. And having that patience is key. Like that's something I learned too, because you can easily fall into that, fear of missing out when a stock is moving up. It's like, oh, it's just going to keep going up, and you want to jump in there. But
Yeah.
always, I've now learned that you always wait for the pullback.
It'll always pull back.
It'll always pull back at some
Yeah.
point.
Yeah.
If it's not, in the next couple of weeks, maybe in a couple of months, but there's always other opportunities. So you don't have to, jump into these trades that are already getting ahead of themselves just because you think you might miss out on a few dollars or something. It's not worth it. Just wait, be patient, wait for the pullback, and look elsewhere in the meantime because like I said, there's always opportunity somewhere.